If I could have your attention. Hello. I know you're all busy having a wonderful time. That's exactly what we want. However, we have so much to do on this agenda that we are going to be carrying on the program while you're eating. So we need to get started. But just let me say, first of all, how wonderfully glad we are that every one of you, each and every one of you are here. I know this isn't like the most elegant word to say in the beginning of a speech, but wow. I'm really excited. This is a wonderful thing. We have lots of great people with us today, and some of those you'll be hearing from in a few minutes, a little bit more. But for now, I would just like to be sure and extend a welcome to our honored guest, Mrs. Yumi Hogan, and her entourage. And I believe we have with us Delegate Carl Anderton. He's on his way. I'm just going to go through the list, and we'll clap at the end if you don't mind. Senator Addie Eckhart. Thank you. Delegate Mary Beth Carrozza. Senator Jim Mathias. Delegate Johnny Motz. Wicomico County Council President John Cannon. Maryland State Arts Council Interim Executive Director Julie Madden. Dr. Martin Paraboom, Dean of Fulton School. Salisbury University President Dr. Janet Dedley Eschbach. Amy Hassan, SU Chief of Staff. Dr. William Folger, Chair of the Music Department and Vice President of SWAC. Dr. Bessie Green, President of SWAC. Maryland Citizens for the Arts Executive Director Nicholas Cohen. Past Community Arts Appreciation Award winners Dr. Peter and Judy Jackson. And I hope I haven't missed anyone. Please tell me if I have. But last but not least, the founder of the Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council, Ms. Sue Hess. All right, we're going to begin. I will tell you this is going to be an interactive lunch. That means that your part is to eat. And keep eating during the presentations. Feel free to begin your, as soon as we have the invocation by Dr. Folger, feel free to begin your salad. And at a certain point in the program, the entree will be brought out. So you can begin eating, and you can pretend you're at a dinner theater and enjoy the show. After all, it is the art, so you get to eat while you're enjoying the show. All right, now we're going to move on, and this is the annual meeting for the Arts Council. So first, we're going to have the invocation by. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. One step first. First, we want to have a special welcome by Wicomico County Council President John Cannon.
Thank you, Therese. Good morning. On behalf of Wicomico County Council and Wicomico County, I'd like to welcome you today and congratulate you on 50 years celebration. I'd like to thank Therese Hamilton, of course, and your staff. I'd like to thank, I know that it was mentioned before, Sue Hess. Thank you so much for what you recognized so many years ago. And that is really that I think that an artistically vibrant community is a successful community. In Wicomico County, we get that, and we'd like to thank the Wicomico County Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council for everything they've done for art in our community over the years. I have a proclamation I would like to read. it gets into smaller print, so I have to use my most artistic glasses. It states, this is a proclamation of the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council for the 50th anniversary celebration. Whereas the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council was founded in 1967 and is the first incorporated arts council in the state of Maryland, a not-for-profit organization that coordinates, promotes, and sustains the activities of other not-for-profit art entities in Wicomico County. And whereas the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council is dedicated to preserving the accessibility of the arts for all residents, giving particular attention to our local youth and the integration of the arts into their education. And whereas the mission of the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council is to enhance the quality of life in Wicomico County and the surrounding region by developing arts awareness through educational programs and community outreach, promoting artistic experiences for diverse ages and cultures, and facilitating communication among area artists and organizations, thereby establishing our community as a vital cultural center. And whereas the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council is celebrating their 50th anniversary as the very first arts council in the state, with all the other 23 county arts councils, including the Maryland State Arts Council, that have patterned themselves after the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council. And whereas the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council slogan is, "We can do together what we only dream about alone." Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Wicomico County Council takes pleasure in extending this congratulations to the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council. We'll give you $5 for every time I've had to say the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council. In celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council and their dedication to the community done this 13th day of June 2017. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Council President John Cannon. That was quite nice. Thank you. If we would now have Dr. Folger come forward for the invocation and Dr. Bessie Green to call the meeting to order after, and then we can begin our salads.
Let us pray. Thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to celebrate the arts on this beautiful day. We thank you for the gifts of the arts and to express beauty and creativity. We also thank you for this meal that we're about to receive, and thanks to all, and bless those who prepared this meal. And finally, let us thank all the people here, bless them, and let us remember all the people that could not be here with us, people that are less fortunate than us. And we also pray for peace in our community and in the whole world. We ask all this in God's name. Amen.
Dr. Bessie Green, if you'd come forward and call the meeting to order.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This is a special meeting, luncheon for us. We're beginning our 50th year. And it's wonderful to have everyone here with smiling faces, and hope you are hungry because it's a good meal coming shortly. This is one of my duties to, really start this luncheon because it's actually a meeting. So, saying that, the meeting is called to order. Thank you very much.
All right, you can begin eating your salads and your food at the table, or continue. And right now, while you eat, we're going to have a performance, and afterwards a fanfare that I'll tell you in a minute. But we have a performance by the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council Paul S. Hyde Scholarship recipient, Christopher Sajati.
Preferably to the side.
Thank you, Christopher. That's the talent in this area. Just a hint. Okay, as our honored guest, the First Lady of Maryland, Mrs. Yumi Hogan, makes her way to the podium, Christopher has fanfare for the First Lady.
Wow. Thank you. That's beautiful. Good afternoon. I said good afternoon and still good morning, right? Not in. It's wonderful to be here. Tris, thank you for the inviting. I'm so honored to be here. I am so pleased to finally be here at the Southbury Waikomeko Art Council. Our state is the very first art council. You know that, right? And what's a better time than to join you in celebration of SWAC's 50th anniversary. Lucky for us, today also, Sue Hess, who's the founder, is here with us. Thank you, Sue. Without you, we don't have any art council. Thank you. So already, Tricia already recognized, so I don't have to do again, but it's first time I met Salisbury present today. Thank you for a beautiful venue. Thank you. Salisbury is a very beautiful campus. Always, institute around here, we have a very important, all from students and music, dancing, choir. I know Salisbury is one. My friend is a painting professor. Jinchul Kim is my friend too. Also, recognize the all team here, SWACs, for organizing this event. Without you, we don't have always behind after, somebody working, right? Thank you so much, our board and the whole team. Thank you. Let's give them all around the, big hand. On my way, I felt like I was returning to, used to be, we go Ocean City. We have a place. After my husband's governor, it's hard to, use our place. But I feel like, go beach. So exciting. So that's after event, we go all. But that's a good idea. The road, Uber was filled with a beautiful landscape, just like my homeland. Chicken palm, I grew up chicken palm, just like Salisbury. I tell, in car, Julie and my assistant, that's a chicken farm. I saw building. I grew up, so I know which one is chicken farm. Then they say, oh, that's a chicken farm? Yes. Just we saw, corn farm, green bean, all those, barley. I know I grew up walking 2 miles, begging for the school. We don't have a bus. So that's my, today I made an artist. All beautiful landscape, just like South Korea. Salisbury Eastern Shore area is just like, I feel, just like a homeland. I feel like a home. Thank you. We came actually a lot during the campaign with my husband, Eastern Shore area. Every time my husband and I hear over to the Eastern Shore, it feels like, I already told you that, returning my home. But I don't miss them much because we have a home area, we have an ocean, mountain, land. Just like South Korea, we have a 4 season. So I don't miss them much because they're all here like that. I'm so glad we all have this chance to take a beautiful breath of fresh air and celebrate the art together with the fellow sporters here. Some of them, Shelley, came from Montgomery County. I met today. Thank you, long drive to here. Also with the many artists, also all fellow artists, sporters. Thank you, thank you very much. Beautiful Salisbury here today. I hope after this event, we're gonna all each other, who you are, we insist to yourself. That's very, very, important. Also, after that, you have enjoyed the weather too. A little bit hot, but we are lucky. Beautiful, right? It's beautiful, nature we do this. For just over 2 years right now, I have had the privilege of serve as a, Melon, the First Lady. I'm always go everywhere. Before First Lady, I am artist myself, and also I'm teacher. I'm teaching at Micah. You know that, right? Yes. I always come. I say that. Before I am First Lady, I am artist myself. It's very important to who I am. Then entire my life, I have been an artist. I was a little girl. I told you about story, back and forth, always walking. That time, I always dream, I'm going to be artist. I'm going to be art teacher. The teachers we hear, professor, very important to your students. Give them hope, give them challenge. My art teacher, I never forgot. I was young, my art teacher say, Yumi, you're going to be artist. That moment in my, always make it today. I'm going to be artist, I'm going to be teacher. So that's making me my dream true today. That's always I tell students also, listen to your teacher, then teachers important. Give them hope. I deeply and personally understand unique power art has. The SWACs understand, as I do too, that all kinds of art act as bridge in our community. Without art, it's nothing. Art makes everything equal. Doesn't matter who you are, rich or poor, and young or old. Everything art made it for equal. You may all agree that without art, this world would be nothing but darkness. Because art is so important, I have made it my mission to show the important efforts art has. I had the opportunity to visit different county art council all throughout Maryland and learn about the needs of arts communities. SWAC is doing a wonderful job. Last 50 years, Sue has started. For 50 years now, this organization has reached out to the community to increase its awareness of and accessibility to the art. In fact, SWAC is the model that other art council across our state have parents themselves after. And just think, if it hadn't been 4 or 5 artists advocates sitting around Sue has kitchen table. One summer night in June 1967, how amazing that was that 5 artists sitting, they believed. All widows shared they believed that the arts are important. We might not have had any art council in Maryland without them. Thank you, Sue. Instead, for 50 years, the Salisbury Waikomeco Art Council has been a trailblazer and innovate for our thriving Maryland's art community. Congratulations to everyone at SWAC for continuing to pave the way for all of us. I know that future is very bright for all of us. Thank you all for your incredible commitment to the art. Let's continue working together. I am your side. And also, who? My boss, my husband. Used to be, I was art counselor. Not artist, whatever I have an exhibition, my husband is loading, unloading, helping me, jeep, driving. Used to be Yumi Hogan's husband, Larry Hogan. Now I'm shadowing him. So, I'm I am behind my husband. You know, you believe that, right? I am your side. I am also artist too. So we are working together. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy the today. Thank you. Thanks. So, at this time, I'd like to ask the Trish Hamilton to come forward again so that I can present to her with the official governor's citation. Congratulations, SWAC, on its 50th anniversary. Julie Martin, help me. So,
and I have my glasses. I'd like to say hello to Sue Hess. I've known her for 25 years, and it was also Maryland Citizens' 40th birthday this year, and it will be the State Arts Council's 50th as well this year, so I had to put in that plug. The state of Maryland, the governor of the state of Maryland, to Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council, greetings. Be it known that on behalf of the citizens of this state, in recognition of a well-deserved tribute to honor the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council on the occasion of its 50th anniversary, with congratulations on your 5 decades of success as the first arts council founded in Maryland. And as the people of Maryland offer our gratitude for your leadership and tireless efforts in supporting and advocating for the arts community. We are pleased to confer upon you this governor's citation, signed Governor Larry Hogan, Lieutenant Governor Boyd Rutherford, and Secretary of State John Wobensmith. Congratulations.
Oh my goodness. I'm all choked up, so give me a second. Whew. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hogan. Thank you for changing your schedule to be here with us. We know your time is very valuable, as is everyone's. But it was a special gift you gave us today. And your words, kind words about the arts will travel far and carry great weight for many artists and for the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council. And before you leave, in a little while, we do have a gift for you, and I will tell you so that they all know. We have a bottle of Wicomico red wine, Bordelot, 2 wine glasses that say the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council on them, and 2 T-shirts that say, "Been SWAC'd" for you and Governor Hogan. So you can wear those when you're unloading your equipment at the next art show. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to continue now. Your entree is being served, and while it's being served, we're going to have pianist Douglas, a SWAC Douglas I. Smith Scholarship recipient, Gia Batista, is going to play for us while you're having your lunch served. Thank you. That was beautiful. I want to call your attention to the Salisbury Comical Arts Council, as well as performing arts, of course, is all the arts: vocal, instrumental, dance, drama, theater, of course, and visual arts. So we have a visual artist among us today that has won an award from the Arts Council. If you will notice on your table, there's a painting, and I'll tell you about this painting. It is called Mother Nature. The inspiration for the painting was the change of the face of the world from major human impact. The meaning is the personified vision of Earth, blowing wishes to humanity to live in harmony with her children and other creatures. The artist that created this painting is one of the 2017 SWAC's Choice Blooming Artist Awards, Shelby Long. Shelby has been accepted into the Savannah College of Art and Design, and her personal goal is to be righteously positive in everything she does. We wish you well, Shelby Long. Thank you. And I would add, before you leave today, please try to come up to the front and take a look at Shelby's her collection. She has quite an amazing collection of art, so we'd like for you to enjoy all that. Okay, we have a couple more things to do quickly as you're still getting your food and hopefully starting to enjoy your meal. We would like to bring the vocalist forward, a SWAC Herbert D. Brent Scholarship recipient, Brooke Benish.
The field was bright with clover, I saw the finish sign. I started as a rover, and then victory was mine. I thought the race was over, but they just keep moving the line. They cheered at my persistence, but prayed for my decline. The path of least resistance led to Hollywood and Vine. I tried to go the distance, but they just keep moving the line. I jumped all of the hurdles to break out of the pack. I started on the outside and then hit the inside track. I left the other fillies back at the starting gate. Was ready on my mark, I got to set to hurry up and wait. So talent and ambition won me a chance to shine. I aced the big audition, but it's raining on cloud nine. Can't beat the competition, 'cause they just keep moving the line. I handled every corner, each bump along the track. And when I saw the ribbon, well, there was no turning back. I won the photo finish, I posed for all the men. But before I got my trophy, well, the race began again. So I've made friends with the rejection, I've straightened up my spine. I'll change each imperfection till it's time to drink the wine. I toast to resurrection, but they just keep moving the line. Please give me some direction, 'cause they just keep moving the line.
Again, look at the talent right here in River City. All right, if you'll bear with me a few minutes, I'd like to give you a few words from SWAC, and then we'll get on with some fun entertainment as well. 50 Shades of SWAC. A while back, we began marketing the arts by SWACing the whole county. Whenever you were exposed to SWAC endeavors, we gave you stickers that said, "I've been SWACed." We have brochures that say, "Been SWACed." Well, now, as we turn fearlessly, fabulously 50, we give you 50 shades of SWAC. What is a shade? Webster's defines a shade in several ways that all depict SWAC over the years. A shade is a covering or to protect. A shade is a color or a hue with values of light to create three-dimensionality. A shade is to pass or change by graduations one color, quantity, or thing into another, i.e., the shade of the arts, an experience that differentiates between one level of living and another. What shade is it when SWAC arts grants cause us to hear a beautifully composed piece of music and our spirits rise to meet the sound? Or we gaze into a painting and are transported to a faraway place? Or we dress for theater thinking only an evening out, and then we laugh and cry with characters we've never known because they are us. Or we read a poem that so profoundly touches our heart that time stands still. Or we hear a song performed to perfection, stirring emotions we forgot we had. And even more, during a gala, a tiny 7-year-old ballerina born with only half of a heart dances to a song about miracles, and we are never, ever the same. What shade is that? The shade of the arts that covers our hearts. What shade is it when a teacher comes to SWAC's Instrument Barn program saying that one of her students in a homeless shelter is constantly misbehaving, and the only time he becomes cooperative is when he is playing the trumpet? So SWAC gives him a trumpet. Or when an elderly woman comes to me in the grocery store with tears and says, "Thank you. Her bedridden husband used to sing in choirs, but hasn't enjoyed music since his illness began. Yet when he saw SWAC's Pac 14 TV show filming of the chamber singers, he began first humming and now sings daily in his bed." Or the character the arts produce in young people who have been blessed to have received music education decide on their own to produce and perform SWAC's Classic for a Cause concert to raise funds for SWAC so that less fortunate children can enjoy the same gifts. What shade is that? The shade of change by graduations passing from one level of living to another. What shade is it when SWAC brings 100 arts groups and community leaders together and ignites a conversation to revitalize downtown with arts, spurring the current growth? Or when SWAC produces arts economic boosters and fun events such as River City Arts Jam, Dylan Days, A Night at the Winery, and New Year's Eastern Shore, and 28 seasons of the Salisbury Film Society? Or when SWAC has issued over $2 million to arts organizations, schools, and students to create arts for better living. Or in 2014, when SWAC became the first arts organization in the 26-year history of the Richard A. Henson Award for Nonprofit Excellence to receive the prestigious award. What shade is that? The shade of a color of values of light to create three-dimensionality. The arts are a gift to our souls that we may achieve gladness in the midst of tedious living. The arts are our entitlement to lift ourselves to higher ground simply for the asking. The Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council, the very first arts council in the state of Maryland, again with all 23 county arts councils, including the Maryland State Arts Council following suit, has been lifting us to higher ground for 50 years because we know that when people have a song in their heart, whether that song is writing, painting, instrumental, theater, dance, vocal, visual, or culinary arts. It is the song that stays, the song they take with them into both the brightest of hues and the darkest of shades, and becomes the balm that sees them through. What shade is it when SWAC brings the arts to the people and brings the people to the arts, keeping the arts alive for us all for 50 years? That shade is protecting the arts. For 50 years more, give to SWAC, and SWAC gives back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we're going to enjoy instrumentalists with French horn, SWAC Herbert D. Brent Scholarship recipient, Hannah Lewis. Okay. Every year, the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council gives a Community Arts Appreciation Award. If you look around you in the audience today, there's several name tags that say former recipient of that award. So it's a person that, of course, has done a lot for the arts and helped enrich our community. We'd like to give that award this year, and I'll read to you about that person, and then we'll have her award. Founder of the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council, Sue Hess. On a Salisbury summer night in 1967, arts enthusiasts gathered around the kitchen table of Sue Hess proclaimed, "The arts are important." From that moment, the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council was born, again as the very first arts council in the state of Maryland. The proclamation echoed across the land, causing all the other counties and the State Arts Council to follow suit. Since we now know that the arts are an economic and an academic engine, as has been said before today, just imagine where our community and our state would be had it not been for the wisdom of the arts forefathers and foremothers on that summer night. It could be that if it were not for Sue and her kitchen of arts, that to this day there might not be any arts councils in Maryland. In addition to founding SWAC, Sue went on to become the first chair of the Board of Trustees for the Maryland and the longest-serving member of the Maryland Citizens for the Arts, a statewide arts advocacy organization working directly with legislators for state funding. The MCA created the Sue Hess Maryland Arts Advocate of the Year Award in honor of Sue Hess, who has been a leader and staunch defender of the arts in Maryland for over 40 years. Working on her own for years at her kitchen table, are we seeing a creative pattern here with her kitchen table? Sue began forming a network of grassroots arts supporters across the state and has been instrumental in driving tremendous change and growth for the arts in the state of Maryland. The Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council would not be fabulously, fearlessly 50, nor would it be the state leader in the arts that it is, nor would the hundreds of thousands of dollars in arts support been given to Salisbury City and Wicomico County had it not been for SWAC's First Lady of the Arts, Sue Hess. Sue's relentless spirit to educate her county and then her entire state on the value of the arts has inspired thousands, created greatness, prospered our economy, caused our children to achieve, educated our legislators, opened the door for talented yet struggling artists to walk through to arts careers, raised the bar for government arts funding, resulting in Maryland being the fourth highest state in the nation for arts funding. Thank you, Mr. and Governor Hogan. But above all, Sue gave us art's wings to fly and the courage to try. Thank you, Sue Hess. Come over here to the mic. Come over to the mic.
Oh, goodness. I think this is the first time I'm kind of at a loss for words in my whole life. I don't know what to say except to tell you that coming over here today was a very interesting ride. My executive director, Douglas, who brought me over, had to listen to me moan and groan and laugh and say, "Oh, I crossed here so many times. I love this so much. I can't believe I haven't been back in years to come see this area. I loved it so much. I love living in Salisbury. My children grew up here." It was, although my mother said to me, "What are you going to do in the Eastern Shore? What are you going to do?" And so it was a wonderful place for us to live and grow our beautiful family, which had I lived a dream that I wanted to do, which was I thought studied ballet for 18 years and knew that wasn't right, but I thought, well, I want to go to New York. I want to try New York. And my mother and father said, excuse me, nice Jewish girls don't go to New York. They stay home, they raise a family, and they don't. Now, this was 50 or 60 years ago. And you didn't say no to your parents, and I didn't know what else to do. So I didn't go to New York. And it was the best bad advice I ever got in my whole life, because I didn't do it. And I stayed here on the Eastern Shore. And I was in 800 different plays. And I played Mame, and I played Dolly, and I played Adelaide, and I played, who was she in Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Whatever. I did that with Leland Starnes, who was the president. No, he was head of the theater department here. I don't know whether his wife is here. I spoke to her the other day, but I had such great memories of being here and doing all the things that I ever wanted to do right here in Salisbury. And my husband, well, we were in the retail business and had stores called Hess Apparel. Maybe some of you remember them. But we went to New York, so I got to go to New York because I was a buyer. I became a buyer because I wanted to go to New York. And it was a wonderful, rounded, happy, incredible life. And coming over here today with Nicholas, I just thought how long it's been since I've been back. Many, many years. I was stupid. I could have come back, but you get hung up on this and that and the other, and you get stuck. And so this is a great day for me, and I want to thank all of you. We're very lucky in this state to have a terrific governor and a magnificent governor's wife who understands all about all of this. And I happen to know that the people in the western counties are very happy with Maryland citizens, because in Allegheny County and all the counties, they have arts burgeoning everywhere, with theater departments and dancing studios and art. It's so that, and everybody, I'm sort of rambling, but everybody, I think, is happy and content with what they're receiving through the Maryland State Arts Council and how it all works. And it's all congealing, and it all started here, and it started because a guy named Frank Murnahan threw the book at me when he wanted to get more money than he was getting for the arts. And so we started a whole lot of things going on. And I don't want to ramble anymore except to tell you that coming back here today is really, really, really meaningful. And I want to tell you something. I'm going to keep coming back because I miss it. And thank you all for everything. This was wonderful. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
We're very lucky, very blessed here in Salisbury, Wicomico, Maryland. All right, we're going to enjoy now. I mentioned earlier one of our performers, Gia Batista. I failed to mention it, and I'm going to mention it this time. We give scholarships for younger students and older students. Some of them you've heard are going on to college. The French horn player that you heard, Hannah, and some of the others. But the younger ones, the Douglas I. Smith Award is to encourage young people to pursue the arts, going to band camp, taking painting lessons, taking violin lessons. So we have some younger students to perform. And our next one is SWAC Douglas I. Smith Scholarship recipient, Josephine Sollers. So Josephine, come forward. Thank you. Josephine is only an 8th grader. I think she just entered 9th grade as graduating recently. So think where she'll be in a few years. Very nice job, Josephine. All right, we also, one of the things SWAC does, of course, is give operating grants, a CAD called Community Arts Development Grants to organizations that provide arts to keep their lights on, pay the bills, keep them going so that they can create great art. And we have with us our SWAC operating grant recipient, one of many, the Salisbury Symphony, and Dr. Jeffrey Shoyan is going to speak to you about that.
Thank you. Thank you, Therese, and good afternoon. I feel very fortunate to be here and to be part of a great organization, the Salisbury Symphony Orchestra, that is a wonderful example of university and community partnership. The Salisbury Symphony Orchestra, with that going for it, can use resources from both the university and the community. And in fact, when I look at this group of people here, I see many people from the university and the community. And in fact, we're all for the arts, and we're all sort of like one big family. And I feel very fortunate. One of the things that we do with the Salisbury Symphony Orchestra, and it's a lot of fun, is that we bring in guest artists and guest musicians. Sometimes they're actors. Sometimes we have folks who do other things, but mostly they're musicians who come in. And often they're some of the most wonderful musicians in the country and in the world. In fact, this last concert that we did in May, we brought in one of the finest flute players and piccolo players in the country. Her name is Sarah Jackson, and her parents are Peter and Judy Jackson, sitting right over here. So, that is just one of the things that makes my job fun, is that you can sort of see the community and see the resources. And we had actually worked with Sarah before, and we can just sort of make the pieces of the pie fit together. When Mrs. Hogan was talking earlier, she mentioned teaching. And teaching is such an important part of what we do, because we are wanting to pass this wonderful thing on to future generations. So I just wanted to share that when we have these guest artists come in, many times, mostly all of the time, we ask them to do master classes. So earlier this year, we had an actor that we brought in. He did a master class and a talk to the university students. When Sarah Jackson was here, she gave a wonderful class that I saw in the audience. There were youth orchestra kids that were middle schoolers and high schoolers. There were university students. There were adult community members. There were players in the symphony orchestra, educators, and I just thought it was wonderful because it was the whole span of ages and sorts of people that all love the arts and were there to learn about how to play the flute and the piccolo. So that is what this particular SWAC grant went towards, that concert, which was lovely. We got to hear Sarah play, and but also with this master class that Sarah Jackson gave. So that's the sort of thing that we do. And there's a trifold out here in one of the windows that has photographs of Sarah and that master class and the whole experience, the concert experience. And please take a look at that. And thank you, SWAC. Let's keep up the great work. I look forward to many years of great art here in Salisbury. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was Great use of the funds, your funds, the funds that you give. We always say it's a swinging door. What comes in goes back out. The more you give to SWAC, the more we can give away. So you see where it's going. Such great use. Thank you so much. That was quite great. Great, wonderful words. All right. Now we're going to have a pianist, another Douglas I. Smith recipient, the younger children again. This is pianist Aaron Welch. Quite beautiful. Next, we have an award. As earlier we were talking about Shelby, SWAC has a wonderful award called the SWAC's Choice Blooming Artist Award. And this year, one of our 2017 awardees for that is Joshua Dennis, and he's going to sing for us. Come forward, Joshua.
At night, when everything is quiet, this old house seems to breathe a sigh. Sometimes I hear a neighbor snoring. Sometimes I hear a baby cry. Sometimes I hear a staircase creaking. Sometimes a distant telephone. Then the quiet settles down again. The house and I are all alone. Lonely house, lonely me. Funny, with so many neighbors, how lonely it can be. Oh, lonely street, lonely town. Funny, you can be so lonely with all those folks around. I guess there must be something I don't comprehend. Sparrows have companions. Even stray dogs find a friend. The night for me is not romantic. unhook the stars and take them down. I'm lonely in this lonely house, in this lonely town.
Thank you, Joshua. It was beautiful. At this time, a couple little things off the agenda, but I definitely want to include these. We would like, if she would be willing, Dr. Janet Dudley Eschbach to come forward. I'm sorry I gave her no warning. My bad. But this is a wonderful host of this beautiful facility. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, there was no forewarning, but I so appreciate the opportunity, first and foremost, to welcome the First Lady of the great state of Maryland. Thank you so much for coming to Salisbury University. Thank you. And my golf cart is available should you ever wish the nickel tour. I'm happy to take you around. I'm in admiration. I'm sitting here enjoying this wonderful event, just so greatly appreciative of folks like Judy and Peter Jackson and so many others who, through their words and actions and resources, have promoted the arts in our region and throughout the state. I had the opportunity recently, my husband and I had a very quick tour of some European countries, as much as you can see. It was one of those things, if it's Tuesday, it must be Belgium. Wasn't that a movie or something? But what struck me throughout the 7 days of our trip to literally 5 countries, you know, our trip was focused on the arts. And it was my husband's first trip, for example, to the Louvre in Paris. And it was so interesting for me. The last day we were in Trier, Germany. You didn't know you were getting a speech. That's what happens when you call on the university. Now, I'll keep it brief, but we were in Trier on a Sunday morning. And it's either the oldest or the second oldest church in Germany. The church bells were pealing. It was a few minutes before 10 o'clock, and we knew services were about to begin. So my husband and I went into the church, and there was a group of about, I'm going to say 20, 25 musicians up at the altar in this beautiful old, ancient church. And the brass began with Clark's trumpet voluntary. Do, 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 do. Do I have it more or less right? Help me out here. The resonance, the sound in that building was so incredible. And then the organ began. And I was describing a couple of weeks ago to Dean Martin Paraboom, I don't know what happened to me. I burst into tears. The beauty of that moment. You know, one of the church elders came up and said to me in German, "Are you okay?" And I'm okay. But it took me about 10, 15 minutes to, it was not a tear. It was just full-on crying. And a lot of thoughts were going through my head. First of all, when you have that sensation and you feel the vibration of the music and the beauty of the moment, you're not thinking about anything. You're simply experiencing the beauty, the incredible beauty of the moment. And you're surrounded by so much history. And then as I began to recover my sense of self, I realized I was very, very sad, because I don't think in our great country today we have the appreciation for the arts that so many other cultures do. And what does it say about us? Can we truly be leaders in the world? Can we do what we need to be doing for the next generation of leaders if we've lost art and music and theater and everything that makes us human? So I was a little bit saddened, but then I come to an event like today, and to know that the First Lady of the state of Maryland is herself a very accomplished artist and so supportive of the arts, and to see so many, and I'm going to mess this up, but we have our leadership from the General Assembly here with us. Senator Jim Mathias has been able to join us. I know you sat down. I hope they found you something to eat. Delegate, that's not going to happen, Jim. Delegate Mary Beth Carroza, others who are here are distinguished. Come on in here so you can be seen. Carl Anderton, many of you know Delegate Anderton. And forgive me if I've missed others who Senator Addie Eckhart. Senator, I'm sorry that I didn't see you initially. But what does this say? You know, the SWAC has this wonderful 50-year anniversary celebration, thanks to Sue and to so many who have followed. And I'm greatly encouraged that our state, at least in the state of Maryland, we have a great appreciation for the importance of the arts. I won't go on and wax poetic, but I do think that if this nation is to find its soul, we must continue to support in every way that we can the arts. And I'm so inspired, you'll be happy to know that I'm going to go home and write another check. Yes. So all of you who are affiliated with the arts, everyone, the young artists who have performed here, our current students, our incredibly talented faculty and staff, whether it's Bill Folger, Jeff Schoen, I see many others here today. Thank you. I truly believe that the future strength of our nation depends in part on the strength of the arts. So thank you so much for this opportunity, Therese. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much. That was without warning. Can you imagine? I think that's called impromptu arts. So thank you so much. We have so many great things still on the agenda, so please stay where you're at. We're going to still hear from Senator Eckhart in a moment with a citation, and we have another award, and we have great music. And I did want to call attention to Delegate Carl Anderton. Did he come in? Okay. He's been hall monitor for a while, but I wanted to call attention to it was his idea back in February. We talked about wanting to have Mrs. Hogan with us for something, and he mentioned it, and so we started talking together. And so I'm really happy and thank you, Delegate Anderton, for making that helping us to make that happen. So at this time, as you can imagine, Mrs. Hogan is a very, very busy lady, and she's changed her schedule for us. There he is. Let's give Carl, Delegate Anderson, a round of applause. Thank you. Yeah, it was in the halls up there. We went to Annapolis, Maryland Arts Day for the arts, and we talked with him. And thanking Senator Mathias, who's always on our side. And Senator Eckhart in a moment will give us a proclamation. So lots of great things yet to come. But as you can imagine, Mrs. Hogan is very, very busy, and she changed her schedule, and I believe she has an evening function with her husband, so we don't want to interrupt that. And she has another affair on the way, so what a busy lady. At this time, we're going to switch the order just a bit. We're going to have our clarinetist come forward, our Paul S. Hyde Scholarship recipient, Jonathan Adams. But before he begins to play, we'll be seeing her out. Dr. William Folger and I will see her out. And also Julie Madden, interim director of the Maryland State Arts Council, is leaving us. And Jenny Kong and Mrs. Hogan's entourage. So let's give them a round of applause. And Dr. Bessie Green will take over at the mic. A round of applause. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So now I'm in the spotlight. Okay, I'm not Therese, I'm me. So anyway, our next recipient of an award, a scholarship award, it is actually the Paul Hyde Scholarship Award. Jonathan Adams.
Wonderful, Jonathan. That was beautiful. They all are. Aren't they just amazing? All right, we're going to go backwards here just for one moment. I want to call your attention. We have a proclamation by Senator. She used to be a delegate. Senator Adeline Eckhart, if you come forward. And thank you in advance for what you're going to say to us. And I think would you grab that red thing?
Thank you very much, and good afternoon. It is indeed a privilege to be here with you today as you celebrate 50 years. And we are deeply appreciative to all of those folks who started in the kitchen and made the dream a reality. So thank you. God bless you all. And you've continued to build on that base. And it is critical, and I would say it is critical. It's a right brain, left brain cataclysmic leap. When you introduce music to kids at an early age, it is much easier to develop those good math and science and language skills. So thank you for your continued commitment at all ages. And so I bring you greetings from the Senate of Maryland and present to you this official citation on behalf of Senator Mathias and myself. Be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to the Salisbury-Wicomico Arts Council in recognition of your 50th anniversary, the first incorporated arts council in Maryland and still going strong. God bless you. We thank you for your preservation of the arts for all citizens. And it's presented on this 13th day of June by myself and other members of the Senate. God bless you and thank you so much.
All right, we're going to switch again a little bit in the program. And next we're going to have, as you know, the Arts Council gives away project grants. That's a grant for if you have a play you want to put on or a recital or something like that or a dance show, whatever it might be. You let us know and apply for a grant, and sometimes we're able to help you. In this case, we were able to help the Salisbury Christian School, a SWAC project grant recipient, put together South Pacific, and they're going to dazzle you with South Pacific.
How I'd feel living on a hillside, looking on an ocean, beautiful and still.
This is what I need, this is what I've longed for, someone young and smiling, climbing up my hill.
We are not alike. Probably I'd bore him. He's a cultured Frenchman. I'm a little hick.
Younger men than I, officers and doctors, probably pursue her. She could have her pick.
Wonder why I feel jittery and jumpy. I am like a schoolgirl waiting for a dance.
Can I ask her now? I am like a schoolboy. What will be her answer? Do I have a chance? Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. You may see a stranger across a crowded room, and somehow you know even then, that somewhere you'll see her again and again. Some enchanted evening, someone may be laughing. You may hear her laughing across a crowded room, and night after night, as strange as it seems, the sound of her laughter may sing in your dreams. Who can explain it? who can tell you why? Fools give you reasons, wise men never try. Some enchanted evening, when you find your true love, when you feel her call you across a crowded room, then fly to her side and make her your own. For all through your life you may dream all alone. Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go.
That was great. Thank you so much. All right, well, we're almost to the end. We still have a couple more great things to do here. We would like to give away the 2017 Community Arts Volunteer of the Year Award. This is for a person or organization that has went beyond the call of duty to help the Arts Council. And this year we have a special recipient. So you might say, play it again, Sam. But the 2017 Community Arts Volunteer of the Year is Nancy Tether. I knew that was going to surprise her. We tried to do this a few years ago, and she was absent the day she got the award. The next year, we tried to announce that she was absent the year she got the award, and she was busy out helping at the front desk with registration. She missed it a second time. So we're doing it for a third time, and it better stick. Okay. While Nancy Tether, an extremely dedicated SWAC board member, has won the SWAC Arts Appreciation Volunteer Award before, the fact is she is so incredibly amazing as a volunteer for SWAC and the many others she serves that we simply had to say it again. Her tenacious, seeking, serving, analytical, energetic, tireless, devoted, giving, understanding, intelligent, professional, personable spirit that literally changes the world around her to a better place simply bears repeating. After a rewarding and successful career in New York City, Nancy, thinking she came to Salisbury to retire, had no idea that I was here, first of all, had no idea that artists, arts organizations, and dancers to be costumed were all anxiously awaiting her talents. Nancy has given a large portion of her time in volunteer service to the Eastern Shore Ballet Theater, as well as to various friends who depend upon her, which is, in itself is honorable. But the fact that Nancy does not receive any compensation for her long, long hours and steady service to the Salisbury Wicomico Arts Council, this is a board vote, by the way, Nancy, is quite extraordinary. The enormous amount of time, effort, and hard labor Nancy gives to SWAC in many capacities, but particularly as a strong supporter to SWAC's executive director, myself, is not only noble, but is a gift to humanity, a gift rarely given or received. In SWAC's fabulously 50th year of glitter and gold, the SWAC staff and board have discovered that the real gold among us is Nancy Tether. And this says, I have one for you too, Sue, I forgot, I'm sorry. The Salisbury Wacomico Arts Council presents Nancy Tether the 2017 Community Arts Volunteer Award for serving as our Golden Board member, making sure everyone in her path understands the value of the arts while giving special care to the SWAC Executive Director and the SWAC staff, along with a host of other arts tasks. She has labored above normal expectations and literally spent thousands of volunteer hours to ensure SWAC's success, even beyond her own needs. Thank you for creating arts for better living. You're welcome. Did you want to say anything? You're good? Okay. All right. Okay, so this is a certificate for Sue, and we'll bring it to you. You don't have to come back up. The Salisbury Wacomico Arts Council presents to the SWAC founder, Sue Hess, the 2017 Community Arts Appreciation Award for having the foresight, energy, ambition, and talent to rally the arts troops around her kitchen table in 1967 to create the Salisbury Wacomico Arts Council and pave the arts way for all of Maryland. Thank you for creating arts for better living. We're counting on that, Sue. All right, what a wonderful day. And so thank you so much to everyone for all your efforts. We still have one more matter of business for the meeting, because we do need to elect the FY18 officers and SWAC board. And also, before we do that, I would like all the scholarship recipients to come forward for a picture and a group applause to thank you for your great talent. So if all of you young people would come forward. If you just want to line up here in front of the roses, or behind the roses, yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's take this around to them. And we're going to bring this around to give you a picture, but it says, the Salisbury Wacomico Arts Council paid to the order of Brooke, Joshua, Shelby, Hannah, Jonathan, Aaron, Gia, Christopher, and Josephine $6,300. Okay, our board president, Dr. Bessie Green, will conduct the board of election for the officers and board, and then she'll close the meeting, and you will leave having had lunch with the arts.
Oh, sure it again. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful, wonderful day we have had. Let's give everybody, including yourself, a round of applause. All right, now as president of SWAC board, it is my duty to actually have a vote of the returning officers of the board and new officers. This year, I guess we all did a good job because we're all back. So the only change will be our secretary, who has moved from the regular board. That is Kimberly Clark Shaw. And I will name the nominees and the returning officers. Myself, Dr. Bessie Green as president, Dr. William Folger, vice president, Cindy Bounds, treasurer, the secretary, Kimberly Shaw, and our continuing directors, Nancy Tether, Luva Anderson, Lisa Davis, Dennis McLeod, retiring directors, Patricia Melvin, and Dr. Nina Lyon Bennett, and also our returning, and hope she never leaves, Executive Director Therese Hamilton. Can I have from the board that are here a vote to accept these nominees and returning officers? Okay. Have a second? It has been moved and seconded that we accept the new returning officers to the board of SWAC for FY continuing to 2017 to 2018 fiscal year. Are we ready for the vote? Everybody from the board, if you're ready, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposing? Hearing none, we are officially back again. And I want to say thank you so much for coming. It has been a wonderful day. It has been enlightening to all of us. We are all down the path of the arts. I have retired. I'm not giving a speech. I have retired from the university in the science area, but my first degree came from SU, studio art, and I am back again full force. So I thank you again, and I want to thank our First Lady for coming. I know she's not here, but it was a wonderful day to know that she took time out of her busy schedule to be with us. So that made it special beginning, our 50th year of the arts. And we will continue this with the best of our ability. Now, saying that, I need, we need to go to the adjournment. Someone give me a motion to adjourn this wonderful day from the board. All right. It makes it official. We are now closed to have more fun. Thank you very much for coming.